everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, April 14, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. The level of your success is limited only by your imagination. That's it. But where are we taught? Okay, we're taught a lot of things as we're children and we grow, the body grows, right? And these blocks appear because of our programming, where we start saying things like, that's not possible, or that can't be done, and we reinforce that. In the beginning of any truly awesome adventure in this life, we first need a reason or motivation for going. We need a desire to move us forward no matter what challenges or obstacles may come our way. Now, to find the Supreme Being, the Supreme Manifester within us, is like finding a secret palace made of gold and blue diamonds. There is every possibility on this journey, and I believe that that's pretty much automatic, that we will be stopped, feel blocked, and become deeply distracted by something more appealing along the way. It is a good chance that you will be enticed with seeing something so seductive and exciting that you may forget that the Golden Palace existed at all and think it was just some far-off fantasy and call off your entire search to find it. So, to gather up motivation, energy, and discipline for this massive several-mile mountains adventure on foot, we first need to dive deep inside ourselves and ask for real guidance. And it's like starting right now with looking within and asking to meet with your unstoppable true nature. When you wish to discover a truly magical life that you love, the first destination is to go deep within you and find that which does not die, which is you, the God. The journey into the core of your being may seem impossible since you're already there in some way. Yet, it is the discovery that always continues to reveal itself in a new, outrageous way. The finding of your deepest inner truth, your authentic self, and your real true nature is one that you'll cherish for lifetimes. When you do find your greatest potentiality, every other goal in this life seems pale in comparison. This adventure into the core of you, where you will reveal your soul's unlimited energy, is the same place you'll discover the divine power to reap the harvest of your life's greatest dreams. How many of us believe, really believe in our heart minds, that everything you see is the result of your thoughts? Everything you see is the result of your thoughts. There is no exception to this fact. Course in Miracles. How many believe that? I mean, really believe it, not ego-mind superficial belief. Set the intention right now to dive deeper into your innermost core this week. That each day you'll be going deeper than you've ever gone before. You'll need to know and trust that you can truly relax and be quiet enough to find it. It is the energy of trust that is essential for our highest experience of existence. Totally trusting the process of relaxation and letting go of resistance to it is absolutely necessary. It is that free soul who has unlimited perceptions about reality and no limits on what is actually possible and impossible. This type of mind has to trust existence to survive. To access the most magical foundation within your being, you'll simply need to do the easiest thing in the world. Well, to some it is, not to everyone. Relax and become very still. You need to let go of all your efforting and just do nothing. Let go of all your efforting, all the stuff that's going boom, 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 constantly. This thought, that thought, you got to do this, got to do that, got to do that. Huh? The insecurity of the ego mind. Relax and become very still. You'll need to let go of all your efforting and just do nothing. You may think you need to hold your mind still in such a way that it no longer is moving at all. Yet this may only make the mind more jumpy. When you simply practice letting go, letting everything in this universe be exactly the way it is, you'll feel a subtle calm sensation in your heart. And something will tell you that everything is perfectly okay. Eventually, the mind will relax and find peace, which will allow you to rest and fall into the innermost core of your being. Now, the most amazing things manifest in this life. The very moment you get your mind out of the way and open yourself up to being fully in this eternal moment of now. For some people, a universal understanding of this life instantly begins flooding the mind. Your body may feel tight and tense right now. Yet when you relax into the innermost center of your being, you'll find that all tension instantly melts away. The key is to learn how to relax deeper into the now and trust that your soul's true infinite existence will guide you and show you the way to let go and find a greater trust in this life. When we trust that the universe, this universe, never makes mistakes, that it knows no limits to how far it reaches into you, and it's always creating everything totally perfect in every way, we start to see that life is divinely perfect, exactly as it is. When we realize the perfection that life already contains, then we will stop fighting it. It is only through the energy of trusting in the divine perfection that we can relax all internal efforting and dive deep enough inside us, you, to access the innermost core of your being, the God, the kingdom of God, the heaven, the pure consciousness, however you want to label it. This center of your being is where all your real power is found. It is your real magic wand, not figuratively, but literally. It is your real magic wand that can create anything you desire. It is the place where this entire universe you are creating in each moment is designed. When you go to where the source of where your thoughts are radiating from, you become the source of life itself. The day you're in touch with the core of what you are, will you be able to grow new roots for stability in your life? Branch out into the skies of your true unlimited potentiality. This is a quote from the Bhagavad Gita. Know that the self is the rider, the body, the chariot. The intellect is the charioteer, and the mind, the reins. The senses, say the wise, are the horses. The roads they travel are the mazes of desire. The wise call the self the enjoyer when it is united with the body, the senses, and the mind. Your magical core is buried deep and is hidden beneath layers of beliefs, memories, and ideas about who you are. It is not necessarily at the core of your physical body, yet is at the core of your being. To find this place, your body must be totally relaxed and at ease. When this occurs, and I'm emphasizing naturally, okay, organically, naturally, not substances or anything. When this occurs, your mind, all of its layers of thoughts fall away. You must totally be willing to surrender to this experience of your life in this now moment for total relaxation to take place. When the mind simply lets go of all its planning, scheming, and efforting, your body naturally becomes completely at ease and your core presents itself to you. It's good to know that your mind is your ticket to prison or freedom. Now, most of us on this planet in this very now moment have taken the ticket to prison. By understanding that you do not know everything there is to know just yet, you open your mind to an entirely new world of possibility. One of them is that you are living in a super powerful manifesting vehicle in a multi-dimensional infinite universe which has unlimited potentiality and energy to create anything. Let this idea open your mind right now. Drop all limited perceptions you used to have about what is possible and what is not. This is the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. To be open so that anything is possible. Allow this moment to sink down into your body. Follow it into your deepest, innermost essence, where you can relax and connect with the most fertile soil, your soul. Our core essence is the only place we can experience the truth of who we are. In any other place. That's it. It is where we will know ourselves as divine. It's not through a new idea presented by the mind that you'll uncover this awesome discovery. It is only through the heart of your presence, the spiritual source of you, where you can reveal the only thing that is truly real. This is not really hard to do. It's a simple exploration that only a childlike curiosity can handle. To look deeply inside. You are this true essence already. It is what you've been searching for your entire life. It is so close to you that if you're using the mind at all, you'll miss it every time. Now, this profound inner experience doesn't happen by thinking about it or trying to make it happen. In fact, it's just the opposite. You drop into it when you have let go of all efforting, completely stop thinking, and simply start resting and relaxing into your innermost being. And it's not through your head that the real answers in this life are found, but your heart, that you can experience enlightenment. There's no other way. A cosmic creative energy rushes in the instant you let go of using your brain to try to attain it, and relax your body into whatever you are right now. You may not understand this completely, yet the greatest opportunity of a lifetime, this lifetime that we're in right now, is simply to be here now. When you allow this moment to sink into your body, you become complete with this life. And life becomes complete with you. You instantly fall into yourself again and again and again. You discover that your deepest innermost essence was always here. And to connect with it is as simple as passing a rake over the fertile soil, your soul. You simply reach down, touch the dirt, and you'll discover the magical core of your being instantly. We can instantly realize that we are and always were intimately connected with an all-powerful, intelligent energy that is already helping us manifest everything we desire. All of us are already magical. It's not something that we pick up. You are already a manifesting being who was simply conditioned and programmed by all those people as you grew up. Everywhere. School, media, whatever it was, whatever it's been, whatever it still is. And once you know that you are very powerful, you don't have to exercise this power. You can simply manifest anything you want at any moment. And then one would say, well, why isn't that happening? Well, I've explained it over and over again. The mind is in the way. It's always in the way because we are being controlled by the mind. We are not the master of the mind. It's the master of us. That's why. That's why this doesn't happen for people. And how many will truly go in? Really go in. Oh, I don't have time for that. That's silly. It's not going to get me anywhere. I've tried that before. Didn't get anywhere. Since most people around you are most likely still asleep to this knowledge, it is going to take every bone in your body to create the strength needed to wake yourself up completely to it. Almost every human being on this planet becomes lost in the illusions and beliefs of others. We came into this incarnation with blinding past karma to clear away, and are thus deeply unaware that there is a great divine source emanating already within our very being. When the mind is habitually distracted by thoughts, because it is, we're always being distracted by thoughts, constantly getting lost in a vast sea of things, ideas, future concepts, and memory. It forgets the real reason we are here. To find that golden castle hidden deep in the hill. Yet sometimes, even though you may think you are sidetracked, you have not totally forgotten the possibility that there is a greater power inside you in this now moment. You are almost all the way home. You just need to make it your number one priority. If you wish to access it 24 hours a day. If you put it on the back burner, forget it, which you usually do. The only way you could possibly miss finding this magical core of your being is by being distracted by some thought inside the mind. And that's what happens to the majority of us. There are many things that the mind believes is more amazing. How could anything be more amazing than that? And will do anything to get you there. It will want to work harder to get you there. And yet, once it arrives, it will doubt that you have arrived. When you are living up in your head, always following the mind, which most people on this planet are doing right now, always following the mind, imagining this and that, you will feel lost. This is normal and the right experience for those who live in between their ears. Now, when you are connecting with your innermost magical being, the mind seems like a dry, thirsty desert, and you are already swimming in the vast ocean. When you've arrived at your magical core, you'll notice that the images in your mind will change. Yet you always feel connected at your core to the source of this life. You'll feel free from the mind, and yet able to use the mind to redirect you back into this magical core essence of who and what you are. Now, once we all know that our biggest hurdle is to become who we really are, is the mind. Brain, the mind. Okay? And then one would say, Well, we got to use the brain. How can we not use the brain? Well, we're talking about the mind, which is the illusion that the brain puts out. And just about everybody on this planet is a slave to the mind. How do we know that? Well, as you watch, right, as you leave the mind and ego alone, and as you watch, you see it everywhere. It is everywhere. And yet, doesn't it seem really simple? It doesn't. It really doesn't convey a complicated mess. It's just. But then you could see how deeply rooted this civilization is by being slaves to its mind. That's not a negative. It's a discovery that we make or that we choose to make. And how many times have you found yourself, say that your intention is to leave the mind alone, go into a silence, stillness, focus on listening to the breath. That's it. Relax into your body and just be. And you get there and you begin, and then you find yourself wandering off. Some future, past scenario. And a lot of people get frustrated with that. And so that happens is the mind is the little trickster that's pulling you out of it doesn't want you there. Really, it doesn't want you there. It wants you in yesterday or tomorrow, where what will suffer. So once you know that, and you know it, see, you know that the mind's got me off here. And it might be enticing. It might be seductive. You don't know. It's some thought that pulls you out. Or it could be just insignificant, not just a little ditty. So once that happens, so you say, I'll go back into the now. I'll return to focusing on my breath, and you will be back into the now. The mind might try and do that the whole time. And all you do is focus on the breath. And the mind eventually will begin to realize that it is no longer the master, that it is the servant. This is a crucial understanding for all of us. Accessing our magical core is not about creating a new experience, right? This isn't about you creating a new experience of you, or a bigger understanding of who you are. It's more simple than that. It's all about diving into what your experience of this life is, as it is right now. You don't realize how much you are trapped up in your head. Thoughts are always flying by, and to know this means we're halfway home. Most of us, we don't realize how trapped up in our heads we are. Thoughts are always flying by. And we're still attempting to deal with them. So, don't touch the thoughts. Don't touch them. Just watch them. Like there were clouds far, far away, passing by. Don't touch them. And when life gives you a great challenge, such as how to master your mind, the best way you can meet this divine opportunity is to feel calm, relaxed, and at ease inside. Know that practicing this in itself, just this in itself, will master the mind. The day you can remain truly relaxed, all the way to your core, all day long, then you'll know you have arrived. The magical core of your innermost being is found through this infinite dive deeper and deeper inside you. It is the most sacred and awesome thing any of us can explore with our life in this universe. Reality comes shining through when we return to what is real. Because remember, when you look around, and whatever you're looking at, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, all of that outside of you is not real. And I know there are ones that will say that's just not possible. I can touch it, I can smell it, I can feel it. It is real to me. This is the material physical world. This is a seduction of the material physical world. See, because it isn't permanent. It's always changing. Anything that changes isn't real. The innermost core of your being is actually the only thing that is real. It's divine perfection. Everything else is transitory. The mind in its excessive, worry-filled imagination was your everyday reality, yet could change as swiftly into a cosmic consciousness with your next breath of air. And all it needs is a tiny opening in the door of your being. The very moment your mind has found the source of stillness inside, you will know this truth. This innermost core of our being is the final frontier. We are here to explore. At the core of you is the spiritual source of existence. It is what gives all of us life, breathes life through us, and is the reason for all enjoyment, pleasure, and freedom from suffering. It is what we really are when the continuous mind chatter gets quiet. When we truly explore the source from where every little thought arises, we simply experience a unique yet eternal expression of ourselves we will call our beingness. And the result is absolute freedom and the realization that we always had the option to be free from suffering, and will have that option forevermore. Forevermore, forevermore. Always, beyond, and forever. Now, when you do arrive at the core of your being, you will authentically feel in touch with everything in this life. There is this 100% honest relationship that naturally happens with others. And you cannot lie to anyone or anything. You are with yourself in a way that you can only speak your greatest possible truth. Now, if you would lie about something, you'd instantly feel a great disconnect and subtle pain with your core. A small fib makes you feel 1,000,000 miles away from home and living on some imaginary cloud made of unstable thoughts. It is only when we speak our truth, dive into the feeling, the truth of who we are, and live from this radical honesty, that the magical core is naturally revealed. Receptivity is your personal effort. You must choose not to do anything else. Or in fact, you can't do anything else. If we are standing in darkness and do our part by opening the door, the light rushes in to meet us. Vernon Howard. All of us in this very moment, in this very now, are living in a world filled with energy and information that is extremely impermanent and constantly changing. Our bodies, our houses, our kids won't look the same in 10 years. We all know that. Not to mention the next 40 years. Unless we establish a deep connection with the spiritual source of infinite energy inside, once we do, our body will exist in a state of absolute health and vitality forever. Forever, forever. Our great ancestors did this. They did. They lived to be over 900 years old. This isn't, see? If you don't believe me, check it out for yourselves. The unlimited potential energy is always inside us at the core and is ready for us to reveal ourselves to it right now. Massive, positive change begins with one simple choice. For any of us, the decision is to relax deeply into the experience we are having right now. And once we consciously and continuously choose this, we can release our rushing habit and lifestyle that believes there's somewhere better than here now. Only then can we access the ability to give ourselves permission to relax. And when we have no concept of time and are truly honoring the timeless, eternal beings that we truly are, we can actually relax into the core of our innermost being. Notice how you push and pull against time in your life. Do you feel it? How do you force life to be something other than what you are? How are your relationships with people, situations, money, job, and yourself? Is it stressful? How often do you go with the flow, or just float and not swim, or struggle to move upstream? Just notice what your relationship is like with time, and what type of relationship with time that you can have that will truly satisfy you. When you are used to thinking, how can I get more of X, Y, Z, and get away from A, B, C, then you'll never find that golden palace with its diamond floors and walls. Even when your desires get manifested, the ego is pleased just momentarily. What does it feel like to release the idea that your desires need to be achieved at a certain time and move into the present moment of feeling, what is my experience of this life in this now moment? When we are simply here now, the blissful peace and a magical stillness arises within our very being. When the mind is silent, not asking but receiving life, the Shakti energy has nowhere else to go but into you, because you are now here in stillness. You can maintain the deep stillness inside for several weeks, months, or even years, depending on how much internal, mental, and emotional negative thinking habits you've stopped analyzing and repressing on the inside, and started letting them fully go as they arise. And by abiding in this space of stillness inside, something magical occurs along the way. You start seeing your dreams and desires become manifested before your very eyes. And by staying present to the now, paying close attention to the innermost core of your being, watching the mind play out its drama, and not being attached to the scenes, you become an exotic master of your life. And the twisted truth of all of this is that when you can just relax, you simply cannot miss the magical core of your innermost being. There may be lifetimes of issues in your way, yet you don't have to figure them all out to drop into a state of relaxation inside. Once you realize that your mind has been working so hard, trying to achieve so much in the outer world by strategizing, analyzing, constantly efforting, you simply let it go. Then you relax into your core. You see the powerful manifester you already are. Sometimes your innermost magical core may be buried underneath layers of resistance that cannot be easily moved. Yet, you can start to uncover the surface by asking yourself those things that you most need to know. Try on these questions and see how they hit you. How can you best contribute to others on this planet? That's a biggie. How can you contribute to others on this planet? What can you do to make life purely enjoyable all the time? What changes can you make in you so that your love life really shines? When you start to dig inside you and find out why you are here, what your contribution is to this world, you'll have to pass by that which is already at the innermost core of your being. The bigger truth is that every obstacle in our lives is a ticket home to ourselves. Whether we like our life or not is always a choice of perception and attitude towards it. When we set aside those negative fear-based thoughts that have been sending our mind into doubt, worry, and skepticism, and consciously move closer to this place of a quiet mind within ourselves, we will relax. And once we relax into the softest, most gentle, quietest place, we will soon find the innermost core of our being. And when we're able to clearly be quiet, speak our truth, and not be afraid of our greatest energy, we will wake up in the golden castle, realize that we were living here all along. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy, slow breath out through the mouth. Remain still. Great waves of peace flood your being. You are open, receptive, and welcoming what is. What is what is right here, right now. A tremendous power is instantly discovered when you say yes to what is. Whatever is here now is what it is, and why it is the way it is just the mind making up another grand story. Live just for today with an open mind, heart, soul. This is how you say yes to what is. It is time to become a yesaholic. And when you do, you will see that you will enjoy every last moment of your life. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here Monday, April 15, 2024, and after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest eternal gratitude. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times, no matter what's happening within you or outside of you.